Good morning, everyone. I'm David Gerard, and this is Pivot to AI. Today, let's do some finance reporting. Here's a story from the Financial Times. This is headline: Microsoft shares jump after strong AI demand lifts cloud unit. Wow, that's an amazing headline. Big news. But guess what? It's false. The actual reason Microsoft's stock price went up is a 33% increase in revenue from the Azure cloud, which is a good number. The FT claims that Microsoft's cloud division reported robust sales growth on strong demand from artificial intelligence-related services. And that's just not actually true. Microsoft did not report any such thing. I went looking, and this strong AI demand the FT saw fit to put in the headline is 0.16% of Azure cloud revenue. If you go digging through Microsoft's 10Q filing with the SEC, the most official statement the company will give, Azure's 33% revenue rise includes, quote, 16 points, unquote, from AI. That's not 16%, that's 16 basis points, each of which is 1/100th of a percent. Azure cloud revenue from AI went up 0.16% from AI. The earnings call, where Microsoft talks to stock analysts, says the same numbers. This seems to be the only number Microsoft is going to admit to on AI revenue. The FT headline and the other news reports that copied it seem to be based on not reading the actual filings from Microsoft. I'm hoping the journalists, Rafe Udden and Stephen Morris, did not write the headline, because it's not based on anything from the filings. Microsoft's scam here is that they claim everything is AI. They force AI into every product, whether it does anything or not, and users sure don't actually want it, and then they say everything counts as AI. The numbers Microsoft does specifically admit to an AI show that profits are down from AI infra spending. Then the credulous media reports Microsoft's number-free hand-wavings as statements of fact, but they're not fact. Here's the earnings press release. There's a big headline, FY25 Q3. Don't worry about that. That's Microsoft fiscal calendar. What they mean is Q1 2025, January to March. Here are the total assertions in the press release about AI. Cloud and AI are the essential inputs for every business to expand output, reduce costs, and accelerate growth, said Satya Nadella, Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of Microsoft. That's it. Microsoft describes itself as an AI company now. About Microsoft. Microsoft creates platforms and tools powered by AI to deliver innovative solutions that meet the evolving needs of our customers. The technology company is committed to making AI available broadly and doing so responsibly, with a mission to empower every person and every organization on the planet to achieve more. I mean, at least they didn't get into the metaverse and change the name to Meta. The press release breaks out no numbers about AI. It talks a lot about how AI-first Microsoft is and how it's just impossible to break out actual numbers. I think that's because the numbers are bad. Microsoft built out too much AI infra too fast, and it's not paying off, because large language models don't actually work in the jobs they're trying to use them for. So they have to tell a story and hope it'll magic up user demand that doesn't exist. The earnings call is where Satya Nadella, the CEO, and Amy Hood, the CFO, speak to Wall Street analysts live and give a bit more detail. We've got excerpts from the call itself. Please excuse the Zoom quality sound. This is the actual audio from the call. If it's not clear, I've put a link to the transcript in the show notes. Here's Amy Hood blaming AI infrastructure for profits going down slightly.
Microsoft Cloud gross margin percentage was 69%, in line with expectations, and decreased 3 points year over year, driven by the impact of scaling our AI infrastructure. Company gross margin percentage was also 69%, down 1 point year over year, driven by scaling our AI infrastructure.
This will keep happening in the present quarter.
Microsoft Cloud gross margin percentage should be roughly 67%, down year over year, primarily driven by the impact of scaling our AI infrastructure.
That's the profit numbers going down. not up. But surely some number went up.
In Azure and other cloud services, revenue grew 33% and 35% in constant currency, including 16 points from AI services.
That's not 16%, but 16 points, or 0.16%, as we said before, the number from the SEC filing. So Microsoft's own words say they're losing money on AI from infra build-out, and there was a negligible lift in revenue. One analyst, Carl Kierstead from UBS, was struck by that 0.16% lift in Azure from AI, but Hood plays it down hard.
So the only real upside we saw on the AI side of the business was that we were able to deliver supply early to a number of customers. And being able to do that throughout the quarter creates quite a good benefit to us. But the majority of our outperformance versus where we had expected to be was on the non-AI piece of the business.
When an analyst asks about AI versus non-AI, Hood says,
it's getting harder and harder to separate what an AI workload is from a non-AI workload. And
yeah, it's very hard to distinguish them when you deliberately mix them up. That's a strategy choice. Microsoft keeps putting AI where customers don't want it, whether they like it or not, and then they use this as an excuse to make claims about AI success that they deliberately don't collect the numbers to back up. But the numbers we do know don't look great. So always look at the filings. We keep saying this. Read the docs. They're boring, but go and read the docs and never trust the headline, except on Pivot. Thanks very much for tuning in to Pivot to AI. Please like and subscribe on YouTube, leave a nice rating in your podcast app, and tell one person about this episode. I have a Patreon where you can fund this vital work. See you again on Pivot to AI tomorrow. Bye for now.